咁今日就嚟介紹下點樣用呢個人魚嚟整個 diagram 啦，係啦。實際以前做 diagram 嘅話，都係用開呢個 draw.io 噶嘛。但係咧，佢有幾個麻煩位咧。首先就係你要手動去畫張圖出嚟啦，即係逐個逐個咁樣 drag 出嚟之後再排位啦，咁就有啲麻煩嘅位啦。第二個問題咧就係佢 save 落嚟嘅話咧，嗰個 file 其實咧係讀唔到嘅。佢一堆嘅 HTML 或者 JSON 咁樣啦，咁我哋係 source control 嗰度又 def 唔到啦，佢又睇唔明啦，重點係咯，同埋佢有時候都幾難用嘅，即係你要加 ER diagram 嘅時候，你要加好多嘅 attribute 嘅話咧，咁就會有排加噶啦。所以咧就因為呢啲問題啦，所以就揾咗幾個呢個工具啦，就係人魚呢個 Mermaid 啦。咁就有個 dot 啦，有 live editor 啦，應該就咁揾呢個 Mermaid.js 就會揾到噶啦。佢有啲咩好處咧？三大好處啦。第一，你畫個 graph 出嚟咧，你係睇得明嗰個 graph 嘅 definition 嘅，即係起碼你嘅 source control 入邊喺機入邊你 diff 到咯，係啊。第二就係佢幫你 auto 咁 lay out 個 graph 啦，呢個亦都省卻咗要手動 drag and drop 嗰啲唔同嘅 node 嘅麻煩位啦。第三個就係可以俾你直接 online render 出嚟嘅，咁就唔使話 pre-render 咗出個 PNG 或者 SVG 出嚟放喺個 Git repo 入邊。佢直接 embed 條 link 去佢個 online render service，佢就幫你 render 出嚟咁樣啦。好啦，咁首先佢就有幾個 diagram types 嘅。呢個第一個就係 flowchart 啦。flowchart 咧其實簡單嚟講就係我哋如果係用 diagram type 嚟講嘅話咧，OK 咁 I switch to English。OK now OK
OK.
Okay, so for flowchart, we can think of it as how do we want to lay out it and the features. For example, this is graph TD. TD stands for top down. So you will see that it lay out from top, the nodes lay out from top to down. And you can see the graph definition is this one, and it's rather simple, and you can read double. Yes. INET is the node ID, that is here, clients. Clients is the node label, and the labels is here, and then you can describe the edges and the edges label to here. And you can see it is rather simple to learn and use. This is the first one is flowchart. The second one is sequence diagram. Sequence diagram is we should learn it in university already. So it is how to represent a sequence of flow, and it's very useful for some project management and describe the user stories. And yes, so you can see that you can have some participants. You will first define the participants, giving an ID and a display name, that is this 5-1. And then you can describe each row of the flow like a custom domain here. This one is for the activation, that is this bar chart, and can represent the process of each request, for example. Yes, and it is, I think it is already also very simple to understand how to use this diagram type. Okay, and the third one is the class diagram, but personally I will use it as a EL diagram because they are mostly similar. For example, here we define the different entities, that is app, client, users, and we can define the relationship one-to-many or many-to-one, and then have defined different classes. For example, authorization is here. You can define some fields, and you can even define some methods, but the syntax I didn't show here because I mostly use it as EL diagram. Yes. Okay. Any question for now? If there is no question for now, I will continue. Okay. Here's some tips to use this. Sometimes if you lay out the diagram, it will have some problem in the layout. You can see the edges are intersect with each other. And this is undesirable, of course. So how to solve this is use sort the nodes order by themselves. The simplest way is to do a topological sort across the graph. Simply speaking, that is for each edge, for example, A from B, then A must appear before B. That is a simple sort. For example, client, user, authorization. And if you sort the graph like this, then it will mostly likely lay out correctly. although the algorithm is rather not clever, but I think after this procedure, it will get a mostly readable graph. Okay. And then sometimes you will want to group different nodes together for more readability or some architecture diagram. So how to do this? That is, use some grouping for this one is firstly, simply define the group nodes first. Subgraph, we have two subgraphs in this graph, FA, authorization server, and F servers. Yes, and then we have some nodes, define the nodes first. I personally prefer define the node directly in the subgraph first without the edges, because sometimes the Mermaid will get confused about where the node should belong to which subgraph. So personally, I will define the nodes in the subgraph before defining the relations. Okay. And finally, define the relationship last at the end of the graph. Okay. Sometimes, since we are doing all remote work, so we'll often have some online chat, video chat for collaboration. But sometimes we want to draw some graph. If we are in person, can draw the graph on backblock or whiteboard. But for video editing, if you use draw.io, you will spend quite a lot of time at laying out the nodes. So by using this Mermaid, we have a live editor. Let's see if I can open it here. Oh, I can open it here. So if you have a live editor, let's see. Wait. Okay. Here, it have a live editor. So you can just share screen and open this page. And then you can edit your graph like here. And then D to E. And then it will dynamically lay out the graph and more easy for your online collaboration purpose. Okay.
I would like to ask, is the link is real-time collaboration, or you mean we
just share the screen and
just share the screen?
Share the screen.
Okay. So we cannot edit the graph on the web page together at different browser, right?
I haven't seen this feature yet.
Okay.
If we want, we can build it ourselves. Yes. Okay. So
yes, we can use conflict-free data type for this.
Yeah, really. Okay, so we can have some easy online collaboration on graphs, joint graphs. And another concern is online rendering. This is a problem I discovered when using these tools. When we use the live editor, it will generate, we can copy a link here, and it will link to a, it will generate a markdown link like here. You can copy it from the live editor. But the problem is the link is hosted by the server, this one. So it is rendered by the server. So sometimes it will get quite slow and GitHub will fail to render it. So also it may be have some confidential concern, because for some secret projects, for example, some project with NDA, you don't want the architecture diagram to ever go through different server. So for this situation, I would suggest if the graph get complex or is some confidential graph, but you will better pre-render the SVG and PNG and commit into the repo. You can download the SVG and the PNG from the live editor directly, or even you can self-host the render servers. Although I haven't found the source code for their servers, but I think it would be easy since this is a JS library at first. So we can just write a simple node server to serve the JS library. Okay. So any questions?
I would like to ask if is the same with the diagram.codes Ben shared previously at Basecamp?
Oh, that one, I have saw it. It is different. That is an open source software, but this is not. The main difference is, yes.
Also, diagram.code is not open source.
It is. As far as I know, it is not open source. Yes, and this is
It-
online support and free. The point is, it is quite
So,
free. Yeah.
but actually, diagram.com is not very expensive, but feature-wise, do you know what is the difference? Because I just use this. Maybe you let me present the screen.
Okay.
Maybe I just use this like 15 minutes to create a dark. Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, you guys see my screen？ 喂， 有冇
Yes.
反應 ？OK， 喂，冇啊，嗱，呢個其實大家都可以睇下嘅。This is our current CI/CD component. I just clarified yesterday with Stephen, and I just utilized 15 minutes to draw this diagram or just lay out this. So I think it's also quite handy. Yeah. And yeah, just mainly like this. Just share another one. Yeah. So syntax, right? They are different, right?
Syntax, right? There are quite major difference. I see the
Okay.
the syntax, the edge syntax are quite different already. But I think we can try to see if which tools to choose our better use. Yeah. Because personally, I would prefer a free service more than a paid service, personally.
Oh, then how the software developer get their food?
I understand, but personal philosophy, that is. Yeah.
So you don't need food.